Alright, so I wanted to share with you something that I feel is so key to the relationship that we have in the Caribbean, and here I'm particularly thinking about the French Caribbean, the relationship we have with money, which to me runs fucking deep. And I use my story, but I don't think it's just my story. I think it's a lot of people in the Caribbean share that story. So I'm doing this coaching program, Lunar Vortex, with Georgina No, who's, by the way, is a fucking amazing coach, and I'm very picky when I choose the people who I want to work with. So shout out to Georgina Noel, thank you so much. And we were going over the tension that there was in me between me rationally wanting to make money, wanting to be financially stable and comfortable, and the way my body reacted to the idea. I could feel in my body the resistance. There was some sort of nausea. It felt just, something about it felt disgusting. And I couldn't understand the tension, the conflict, right? In my body, I couldn't understand that resistance. And so with Georgina, we dug deeper. And first there was guilt. And underneath the guilt, there was resentment. And that's how it felt at first. I was like, yes, I resent it because, if I make money, I associate myself with the middle class, the bourgeois here in Martinique, and I resent them. Part of the power in place, so they're part of the problem. They're, using their money for their own benefits. They're not putting it in the community. So all those stereotypes, I felt the resentment for the middle class, for what they represented, which was so directly opposite to my own values. And when we dug deeper, I realized that I equated making money and having money with the plantation owners, with the béquets, with the slave masters. And so to me, obviously, making money, having money, is a betrayal, a direct betrayal to my ancestors. And when I talk about my ancestors, I obviously mean the slaves. The slaves in my family, in my lineage. It felt like a betrayal because this is not the life that they had. I do not honor their struggle when I'm making this money and I'm so comfortable. And when I realized that, and as I'm speaking about it, I'm feeling quite emotional because it was so strong. I cried deeply, and those tears, they didn't feel like they were just mine. They felt like I was crying for a whole generation, a whole population, a whole community, crying for my ancestors, crying for my community, crying for my people here in the Caribbean. And I realized with Georgina that that was not true. That was not true, and that it felt like a betrayal, but it didn't have to be a betrayal. I am my heritage. No parts of my struggle or my story makes me more or less my heritage. I would just like you to take a moment and take that in. And the second thing that came out of that is we're breaking the cycle, associating money with evil and associating money with slave masters and recoiling at the thought of money. Money is neutral, it's what we make of it, it's how we use it. And although I knew that on an intellectual level, I am now incorporating it into my body. My body is absorbing it with that realization that it is not a betrayal. That also made me realize several things. our money story, our money traumas run deep. Making money, having money, money is associated, for a lot of us, is associated with slavery. I mean, making money was the reason why our ancestors were shifted all the way from fucking Africa to the Caribbean. It is the reason why we're here today. So, in us, in our DNA, in our psyche, how could it not be associated with evil? How could we not have resistance to making that money? Even if we understand on a rational level that it will help us help our community and support our community. But within us, and at least within me, it felt disgusting because of that, because of all that weight it carries in my history. And so to me, what I'm letting go of is not just for me, it's a collective thing. It's a collective thing, and this is why it is so important. It felt so important for me to share this. We are here to break cycles. We are here to create amazing things. We need money for that. I'm okay with this. And I'm okay with wanting to make money, also to be comfortable. And you see, there's a part of me that, that wants to justify, to give you justification that, oh, I'm going to be using the money for the community. You see, there's that guilt, residual guilt there. But we are our ancestors' wildest dream. We are what they couldn't achieve. We're here to do it for them, in style and in accordance with our values, our truth, and the love that we have for our community. Have a beautiful day, bisous.